Quickly before starting the video, I would like to say thank you to all of you who support me on various platforms, and those of you who like my work, please consider contributing as well. It helps me and my family a lot. Once again, huge thanks, and let's begin. Hey guys, how you doing? So, Knock at the Cabin, as IMDb page says, is basically a horror mystery thriller movie directed by M. Night Shyamalan. I probably butchered his name there, but you may know him from his previous films such as The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, all of which were quite well made, and his recent films like Split and Glass, which I would like to point out have interesting names, because those two films were about a man having multiple personalities, basically mind control, and just those names alone, Split and Glass, it's like shattered glass, much like in one's mind, is shattered into pieces, creating alter egos.
Who is that? Maybe she can help us.
We're here! We're in here!
Don't worry. He knows what you're here for. He's not allowed to touch you.
And of course, as we see here, James McAvoy has to be in a dress.
My name's Hedwig. I have red socks.
How old are you?
9?
The human brain is the most complex object in the universe.
The only way we're getting out of here is if one of them decides to let us out.
Aren't you the clever one?
Hedwig, could you help us?
Okay. I have a window in my room.
Maybe you could show us.
Oh, that's here. Now it's closed. Now it's open. Did you think it was a real window? So you could leave?
An individual with multiple personalities can change their body chemistry with their thoughts.
Someone's coming for you.
What will happen when he unlocks the potential of his brain?
There is no limit to what he can become.
Tonight is a sacred night. You will be in the presence of something greater. The world will understand now. The beast is real. The beast is real.
He's done awful things to people, and he'll do awful things to you.
And it's totally not demonic at all. His name being the beast, I don't see any correlations. Nothing to see here.
They've been lying to us all. You believe me? Yes, I do. It's what I believed my whole life. They are losing faith. My horde is losing faith.
In comics, you would go to a public place where all could see. A place celebrating man's pedestrian achievements. But you need David to convince them.
Every chemical used in the production of this drug is 100% legal. Not one ingredient is found on any known government's banned substance watch list. Hell, you can ship super tankers of this shit. You can even lay a goddamn pipeline and no one would bat an eye. POS 51. It's all that. And it can be yours.
My name is Patricia.
I I have no question there are 24 identities
I'm Mary Reynolds. Por favor, senora. We almost got you, bro.
that live in that body with you.
The beast is coming any minute now for you guys.
But what I am questioning is your belief that you are something more than human.
And yet, it is true. I assume you were sent here to be an avenging angel. How much do you want to avenge us? I've been waiting for the world to see that we exist. May I meet the beast? I hope for your sake that he likes you. That sounds like the bad guys teaming up. A lot of people are going to die. Don't do this.
Also, I will quickly mention that at the end of the movie Signs, Mel Gibson's character once again finds his Catholic faith, from which he steered away after his wife died, and he stopped believing in God. But after he realized that everything is connected in life, he regained his faith since he was no longer mad at God for his wife's death. He once again became a Catholic priest. Anyways, back to Knock at the Cabin. Its premise is basically a so-called family made up of 2 sodomite men and a little girl. That's why I said a so-called family. They are on vacation in the woods when 4 strangers arrive at their doorstep and say that they were chosen to make a choice to save the world from the apocalypse. And just to make things a bit clearer, here's a short trailer for you.
Are we gonna sing along?
Yes, of course!
I wanna put on my boogie shoes. Yeah! I wanna put on my boogie shoes.
My name's Leonard. Well, it's nice to meet you, Will.
Why are you here?
I suppose I'm here to make friends with you. And your dad's too. But my heart is broken
Why is it broken?
because of what I have to do today.
There is a woman carrying something that looks like a pick with a chain and a mallet head.
You see, the 4 of us have a very important job to do. In fact, it might be the most important job in the history of the world. We were called and are united by a common vision, which has now become a command that we cannot ignore. The 4 of us are here to prevent the apocalypse. Your family has been chosen to make a horrible decision. If you fail to choose, the world will end. But you have to stay here in the cabin with us. Families throughout history have been chosen to make this decision. Your family must choose to willingly sacrifice one of the 3 of you to prevent the apocalypse.
We're not sacrificing anyone.
For every no you give us, hundreds of thousands of people are going to die.
It's really happening.
Sweetheart, close your eyes.
Will you make a choice?
You have to somehow trust us.
We're normal people just like you.
It doesn't matter. None of us believe you. We will never choose anyone.
When?
afraid the rule is that no one's allowed to leave.
Until you choose.
Do you really think it's all just a coincidence?
I have to believe that!
My son is gonna die.
His name is Charlie.
As a mother, I am begging you.
You're the only one who can stop this. Andrew, I saw something. There was something in the light. And I feel it now. I'm taking my family and I'm leaving.
If you fail to choose, the world will perish.
We've been given the chance to decide the fate of everyone.
Time's running out on the world.
I'm scared. There is nothing more flawed and perfect in this world than our family.
Please make a choice.
Always together. Always together.
I will ask for the last time. Will you make a choice?
I don't know how much of this I can show to you because it's a newly released film. You should either see some clips playing in the background or just pictures on the screen. And so, Dave Bautista plays a character named Leonard. He's the main villain in the story. He explains how four of them got together by these God-sent visions and how he led them into this cabin at the woods. By the way, great tattoo there, Dave. Maybe you'd like to quickly educate us what this tattoo means and why you got it in the first place.
I am a storyteller in every aspect of my life, from my career to what I've done in wrestling, with films, being a film producer, being an actor, and through my tattoos, I tell the story of my life. I was always really just taught to be proud of my heritage. My mom's Greek, my dad's Filipino. I didn't really have close ties to my family, but I just, even my mom was just always made me very aware of who I was, what my background was, to always be proud of that. So I always kind of embraced that, being half Greek and half Filipino. Always very proud of my roots, and I display it on my body, a Filipino flag and a Greek flag, and also another Filipino flag and another Filipino sun. I think I really...
Oh, well, thank you for clarifying, Dave. I've got no further questions.
And just kind of a homecoming feeling, especially when I went to the Philippines for the first time. I'm only half Filipino, from the United States, but they embraced me like I was 100% Filipino, and I was born and raised there. You know, that experience is never going to make me feel anything less in my life. It's just a dream. Like, it's just so surreal to go there to a country and have them just treat you like, you know, you're the prodigal son. Just treat you like, you know, you're the prodigal son.
This has been by far the most challenging project I've ever done. This is the role, like literally this is the role that I've been waiting. And it's really it's to prove myself, it's to prove my worth.
My name's Leonard. The premise of the film is there is a family, a couple who have adopted a child, and they're vacationing. And their home is invaded by four strangers who have been asked to make a choice of sacrifice to save humanity, save the world from the apocalypse.
Later in the film, it's revealed that Leonard was a high school teacher. But is it me, or does he look a lot like stereotypical Jehovah's Witness? And I'm sure it wasn't by any means an accident. It was well thought out, since he's the main bad guy, so why not make him look like one of those quote-unquote crazy church people? And I'm by no means defending Jehovah's Witness cult, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
He came to me and basically convinced me that he would do anything. And I believed him, that he would do anything for me, and he did.
I think throughout it's just been a challenging film. It's been a challenging project. This is an opportunity of a lifetime.
So, as I was saying, these four strangers that had same visions show up at the cabin, and they start saying that the world is about to end, just like that, in a few days, and that this family was chosen by God and has to sacrifice one of their own if they want to save the rest of the world. So at first you think, okay, where is this going? There's probably some twist at the end that I'm not seeing now, or there's something we don't know about the story yet. But nope, that's the story. Apparently these four strangers, and listen to this, are the four horsemen of the apocalypse from the book of Revelation. Yep. And God told them to build these weapons, or as they say, tools. And every time the sodomite couple refuses and says no, some random catastrophe happens, like 700 airplanes crashing down, as if it was the most terrible judgment that could happen. And these so-called horsemen start killing themselves. Well, not themselves, they get smashed in the head with a tool, and it's never explained why. So this nonsense continues for a couple of days in the film, and one of the sodomites begins to believe that it's not a coincidence, and that the Lord chose this family, and you will never guess it why.
Please, God. Don't you fucking look away from me. Part of humanity has been judged. This isn't real. This isn't real.
He chose this family because of their perfect love for one another. Yes, sodomite perfect love, Sodom and Gomorrah love, for their perfect imperfection, as one of the characters said. And I kid you not, that's what he said.
Stay back!
I believe you were chosen because your family's love for each other is so pure. I know you've been through a lot and people haven't been fair to you.
And the other sodomite, the more aggressive one, and quote-unquote manly one, see, I can't even remember their names, says that these people don't deserve to be saved, let the world end, meaning that heterosexuals don't understand their perfect imperfection. But the other one responds by saying, they are afraid of us, that's why they attack us.
We're supposed to give up our love for them? It's a sacrifice, Andrew. That we would be willing to give up something so beautiful to us for everyone else. They're not worth it!
And like a true hero, he chooses to be self-sacrificed and save the world.
They hate us, Eric! They hate that we exist! They're just scared. Like all of us. They're monsters! They destroy everything! They hurt each other!
And then everything stops and goes back to normal, as it was indicating that God accepted him and forgave the world. And if you think that's not blasphemy, then I really don't know what else to say. And here's another interesting thing they showed in this film. I cannot play this clip, but you should be able to see it from pictures. Now, with the whole fake end times Asbury revival nonsense, I have noticed an increase in this so-called spirituality, a false spirituality. It's end times deception, basically embracing this antichrist spirit, because most people, if you ask them, and especially false converts, when they think about who Jesus actually is, they will describe you the antichrist. He's not judging, all loving, accepts everyone. Men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil, you know. So they are ready to accept any savior that's going to be thrown at them.
It looks like we're on the cusp of another great awakening. The wave of a revival that began at Asbury University 2 weeks ago is showing no signs of slowing down. It's spreading to other college campuses across the nation.
Students are praying for more of God and asking Him to ignite a fire in America. CBN's Mark Martin has the story.
Flames from the Asbury University awakening have spread like wildfire as the Holy Spirit continues to fill students' hearts and minds across the country.
And it's very easy to debunk this whole revival thing. Just ask yourselves this simple question. When was the last time when real Christianity was promoted on Satan's mainstream platforms? There you go. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
On Wednesday, February 8th, a very small but very faithful group of Asbury students listened to the nudging of the Holy Spirit and stayed in chapel a little longer, and then a little longer, and then way longer. And we had no idea that the world was about to know God better.
University leaders will now move services to other locations in the central Kentucky area as part of Asbury's intention of encouraging and commissioning others to go out and share what they have experienced.
Why don't you get in groups and let's just thank the Lord. Let's praise the Lord for all He's done. Let's just get together, give thanks to the Lord.
Also, the people at the Asbury Revival, how many of you lined up to get the pokey pokey in your shoulder? And let's not forget that due to, I will use the term, worldwide home arrest, your churches were closed the whole time. So what are you talking about, hypocrites? And so this new film came out called The Jesus Revolution, or Jesus Revolution, which I haven't got a chance to see yet, but what caught my attention is that Jonathan Rumi is in it. Yes, that same Jonathan Rumi that played Catholic Jesus in highly praised TV series called The Chosen. So what are the odds that he's playing a hippie character in this Jesus Revolution film, and he looks exactly like he did in The Chosen? Tell me a difference between Catholic Jesus of the Chosen series and this hippie character who draws people back to church. Again, played by Jonathan Rumi. They look identical to me. And let's not forget that Jonathan Rumi, with the Chosen's director Dallas Jenkins, who calls himself a Protestant, went to get the Pope's blessing for their TV series.
Actor Jonathan Rumi and director Dallas Jenkins were among the crowd at the Pope's general audience in Paul VI Hall. Rumi plays Jesus Christ in The Chosen, a multi-season TV series directed by Jenkins. When it was their turn to greet the Pope, Rumi asked Pope Francis to bless some rosaries. Then the actor assured him of his prayers.
Hablo mucho español, oigo siempre por usted. Todos los días.
A smile materialized on the Pope's face when Rumi told him of his role as Jesus in The Chosen.
Porque yo tengo el honor de interpretar el rol de Jesús en la serie televisiva The Chosen.
Que lo único que lo encuentres se te haga feliz.
Then the series director Dallas Jenkins introduced himself, and the Pope couldn't hold back his sense of humor.
Pardon, I'm Jesus? Yes. Jesus.
Yes. No. But I am Protestant, but I am making a show for everyone who loves Jesus.
I actually once read in a social media comment, and I rarely read them now because, well, let's be honest, if you really want to know what it's like playing Jesus, just read some of the comments on my pages, and it's like, I've got a skull ring, I'm a demon dweller. I mean, like, I'm Masonic, I'm evil incarnate, I'm the Antichrist, I'm all sorts of stuff. So it's Jesus apparently doesn't approve of the skull that's in your own head. And people don't know much about memento mori, so I try to just educate them on the value of understanding that life is fleeting and temporary. And this just reminds me that all of this could be gone tomorrow. So why not focus on a holier life today? So that's my response to that.
Hey, Square.
I am not a square.
Think we should invite Greg this weekend.
What's this weekend?
These people are hippies, rebels against old-fashioned authority.
I think these kids need help.
What they need is a bath.
You're passing judgment on people you know nothing about, and maybe that's why your church is so empty.
When God walks in here, brings me a hippie, I'll ask him what it's all about, because I do not understand.
This house has a very good vibe. There are There's an entire generation searching.
Slow down, man, slow down.
Just in all the wrong places. If you want to reach my people, you need to speak to them in a language they understand.
If I bring them in, I'm going to lose my job.
We can only walk through doors open to us. In your church, that's a door that's shut.
You've probably noticed we have some guests here today. I'd like you to meet my new friends. Welcome.
They don't belong here.
Half of them aren't even wearing shoes.
They're staining the new shag carpet.
They need our help. If you feel like you're misunderstood and judged, you will find forgiveness and freedom right here.
That was awesome.
Now that door is open any time of day. And if there are some who don't like that, well then that door works both ways.
All right, Pastor, let's begin.
I was almost done with this, but then you did what nobody else would even dare.
This thing that we found, I feel like I belong.
You're gonna need a bigger church.
Our country is a dark and divided place, but now there's hope, and it's spreading.
This is your home, and I want you to tell all your friends about it.
I'm not here to be sentimental and soothing. I'm here to start a revolution.
Well, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. That isn't exactly...
I said revolution. I said revolution. Not revolt. I'm talking about a radical shift, a radical shift.
A radical shift.